Hi, welcome to Whiteboard Fridays. My name's Geoff and you'll notice a new shirt for a new week. This one I've opted out of the colour and gone more for the style. So for those of you who only see in black and white, interested in your feedback. This week it's Diabetes Awareness Week. So if you're not aware of diabetes, you soon will be. What is diabetes? Well, it's a condition where your body can't handle sugar, basically. Now sometimes it's genetic. Your pancreas just can't create the hormone that you need, it's called insulin, to take care of the sugar that's in your bloodstream. But the biggest form of diabetes out there is type 2, and that is caused by diet and lifestyle. And that's essentially where your body just goes, I can't handle any more of this sugar stuff. You're eating so much every time you eat sugar or white carbohydrates, it gives your body a big spike of sugar that it has to deal with, and your body just eventually gets sick of all of these spikes of sugar and says, no, no more, I'm closing up shop. So that's type 2 diabetes. And really what this condition is driving is a major health crisis that faces New Zealand. Diet is now the #1 preventable cause of death in this country. It's overtaken smoking, and diabetes is one of the major reasons behind that. Let's look at some of the numbers. Back in 2008, some awesome people from Otago University did a study that looked at the amount of diabetes is actually prevalent in New Zealand. They come up with this. At the moment, about 1 in 20 people, 5%, have diabetes, okay? Have diabetes and they're aware of it. Another 2% have diabetes and didn't realize they had it. Whoa, time to go to the doctor and sort out your diet and your exercise program. But the really scary thing was 19% of people have what's known as pre-diabetes. That's an early warning sign. If you keep headed in the same direction, you're going to end up with diabetes. And you'll notice that adds up to around about 26% of people out there have diabetes or the early signs of it. So really important that everyone goes out and gets a check. Who's most at risk? Well, particularly the elderly people. So and amongst the 55 to 64-year-old community, the prevalence of pre-diabetes is actually 45%. So as you get older, that risk increases. And amongst the Māori and Pacific Island communities, the risk is higher too. Their bodies just aren't adapted to deal with all the sugar that we have in the modern diet. So amongst Pacific Islanders in particular, 1 in 3 people already have diabetes. It's a pretty terrifying statistic. What does diabetes actually mean for you? Well, it's some pretty horrific stuff. It really messes with your circulatory system, your bloodstream, and that means that there's risks of heart attacks, going blind, losing your kidneys, even bits of your body needing to be amputated because they're not getting enough blood to them. So it's some pretty scary health impacts as a result of diabetes. The punchline is that around about 10 years will be shaved off your life, on average, if you contract diabetes. The good news is that if you really manage your diet and your exercise, then you can stay healthy even with diabetes. But nevertheless, just the sheer weight of this disease will cause some pretty big fiscal impacts. So we can expect by 2020 an extra $1.25 billion needing to be spent within our health sector as a result of diabetes alone. Now, that figure looks pretty scary, but then bear in mind that this is about the same time that all our baby boomers are retiring, and so we need to pay for their superannuation bills as well. Oh, and don't forget that most of our doctors and nurses are baby boomers as well, so they'll all be retiring and expecting to, not have to do all these operations. So who's going to take care of these people? The bottom line is, you're either going to catch diabetes or you're going to know someone with diabetes. Or if you want your hip and knee operations when you retire, you're going to want your hospitals clear of people with diabetes so that you can actually get in there, because at the moment it looks like those wards are all going to be full. That's Whiteboard Fridays. Hopefully that gives you a bit more awareness of diabetes. See you next week.